March 8th, 2026, Radhakundam. We're discussing Bhakti Sandarbha by Sri Jiva Goswami Pad, translated and commented by Sri Satyanarayan Das Babaji Maharaj from Jiva Institute in Vrindavan. And we're looking at that book. We're on Anucheta number 109. We're still carrying on the discussion about the Devatas. Last week we heard how the Devatas, Indra, Brahma, Shiva, etc., they all have spiritual forms in Vaikuntha and Goloka Vrindavan. So now that's in the highest realm of spiritual sky. So Jiva Goswami quotes now different verses from Bhagavatam to explain how the Devatas are residing in the bodies of human beings. The eyes and all the senses. So the senses of the human beings are residences of the Devatas. So this is Anucheta 109. He quotes a verse, a famous verse from 5th canto. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavat yakinchana saver ganais tatra samasate sura. So the Akinchan Bhagavats, the great advanced devotees, it says, Bhagavatam says that all the qualities, sarvagun, of all the devatas, the qualities of the devatas can be found in the bodies of devotees. So, Jairaj, so it introduces his idea that he's presenting that the Devatas are residing in the bodies of human beings. He quotes a verse from Bhagavatam, his famous verse, Srila Prabhupada quoted many times, Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavat yakinchana saver ganais tatra samasate sura. Samasura, all the Devatas, all their qualities are in the Kinchan Bhagavats. Very, very advanced devotees, men or women devotees are very advanced in Bhakti Bhajan, involved in praying. They have all the qualities of the Devatas and the presence of the Devatas. So, Jiva Goswami comments on this verse. He said, all of the Devas headed by Shiva and Brahma, along with their qualities, such as knowledge and detachment, are firmly established in the body of it, in the Kinchan Bhakta. So as we heard last week how the Devatas have forms in Vaikuntha, Ganapati, Brahma, Shiva, etc., have spiritual forms in Vaikuntha and also Goloka. Now we're hearing how the Devatas reside in the bodies of devotees because they are also devotees. So they want to be with devotees, to help their bodies move better, help their minds move better, because they want us to be good devotees of Krishna. So they help us. That's the advantage of Bhakti Bhajan. Other forms of yoga, gyan and karma, Ashtanga yoga, it's all in your power. We have all the power of the Devatas and all the power of Bhagavan behind us. So the Bhakti path is pretty easy. So we're only warned to behave ourselves. The biggest problem with failure in Bhakti Yoga is bad behavior. Bad attitude, which leads to bad behavior and bad speech. So we make what they call aparadhas, or offenses, to devotees or to sacred people or sacred places. And that retards and blocks our spiritual advancement because Krishna is not pleased by that. So Satyanarayan Das Babaji gives a comment on this section. He said the Devas like Brahma, Shiva, etc. reside in the body of a devotee. These entities support and help devotees by animating their senses. Very good language here. Animating their senses optimally optimally for seva of Bhagavan. In other words, the devatas give us some turbocharge on our senses so we can see more devotionally, speak more devotionally, hear more devotionally, etc. The Bhagavatam verse he quotes from 5th canto talks about a kinshana bhakti. Kinshana means not even having anything. Kinshana means little, not kinshana means don't even have a little. Which means, nothing. This is bhakti, a kinshana bhakti is defined as unmotivated, nishkam, and free from abhiman. Nishkam and near abhiman. Nivrita abhiman. Abhiman means mentality of being the doer, being a controller, being a perfect, etc. An advanced devotee is called Niskinchan Bhakta because they act solely only for the pleasure of Krishna and devotees. Prahlad states that materialistic people are devoid of, they don't have any divine qualities. He does not claim that they don't have any virtues whatsoever. So this is a very important point because it's pretty elementary for most everyone sitting here. But generally when devotees join a spiritual mission, and this verse is often quoted, that all the good qualities of the devas reside in devotees, and non-devotees don't have any qualities. So it's a little lopsided view, and it kind of precludes a kind of bigoted, proud viewpoint of devotees saying, we're great, we have all these qualities. But it just means that they don't have, people that are not devotees don't have divine spiritual qualities. And the qualities that they have, like tolerance and compassion, are quite limited in supply and in depth. They may be tolerant to some extent, but not to the extent of devotees. They may be compassionate to some extent, but not to the extent, to the level of devotees. So we see many non-devotee people that are what we call materialists, to absorb the material sense enjoyment and enjoying the material world, are actually very kind and charitable people, well-behaved people, well-mannered people. So we have to be a little careful before we judge anyone. We have to recognize goodness wherever we see it and not be condescending or fault-finding with anyone. Whatever anyone is doing, they're doing what they're dictated to do by the modes of nature. So devotees are supposed to be free from the impulse of the modes of nature and be divine beings walking on the surface of the earth planet. So devotees are supposed to exhibit divine saintly qualities of the spiritual world. So one of those qualities is tolerance of others and respect for others. As Mahaprabhu told us, to offer respect to everyone and be humble all the time. So that was Honored Shade 109. Let's see what else we want to talk about. 123, 133. Go a few pages ahead here. Next topic we want to share. We're trying to emphasize the points, because this is a book about Bhakti Sadhana, which it includes mentality and attitude and bhava, which is primarily the basis which for all activity. So that's why we're trying to share these key points about that. So we often hear in Shastra that Bhakti Bhajan, the practice of Bhakti, is very simple. Children can perform Bhakti, we hear animals perform Bhakti, dogs eat prasadam, sometimes dogs are even found chanting in different situations. We're trying to chant. There's dogs in Radhakund that go to Artik and sing in their own way. They don't sing like some, French love song or something. But I've seen dogs in Govinath Temple, the Prachin Govinath Temple, which is not the one where the Babajis are, it's the other one. That's the original Govinath Temple, where Nityananda Baitak is. That's why Nityananda went there, because that's the Govinath Temple that maybe Janamata was at, or although they say Jana's Baitak's the other side. There's a little interesting idea there. Why is Nitai on one side, Jana's on the other side? Anyway, because the oldest temple of Govinath that was established after Govinath visited Radhakund is called Prachin Govinath Temple. And that's where Nityananda's Baitak is, very ancient place. So in there every evening in Artik, in the old temple, before the new temple was built, which you see today, there's a black dog that lives in the temple. And in evening time, Sunday Artik, the dog would wake up from his, samadhi, sleeping, and come to into the temple where everybody, darshan mandap, and stand with all the Babajis and widows and everybody. Look at Thakurji, everybody was playing gongs and kartals like they usually do during Arti. And he was, or she, I don't know who was it, the dog was, he whole time was singing different tunes in his dog voice, high and low. He was quite, he was trying to sing some Bengali kirtan, I guess. I couldn't make it out. It was Bengali dog language or Hindi dog language. But it was emotional. And it would go on for 15 minutes, gong, 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 dong, 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 ding, ding, all the bells ring, gong. Then when then he would stop. They would sit down, they would pay bass, he would sit down, he would go back to his corner and go to sleep. So every day I prick myself. So even dogs can practice bhakti. So the question comes up, Jiva Goswami asks, if bhakti is so easy, why doesn't everyone take up bhakti? So Jiva Goswami answers this question. Why isn't the whole world taking up bhakti? Just it's easy, chant Hare Krishna over your food, what's the big deal? But nobody wants to do it. So he gives 3 reasons why people don't take bhakti. What do you think they are?
Why people don't take bhakti? We are sick.
One is no interest. They don't want to. They're happy what they're doing. Why should I do it? What else? One, right, and we'll find out. Let's read. You don't know because you took out the bhakti. Maharaj says, there's 3 reasons people don't take the bhakti. One is guyam. As he quotes a verse on, it was from 623, but it's back their ways. Let's see what it goes. Oh. What he says is there's 3 reasons. One is that bhakti is highly confidential. It's the heart of Krishna. This bhakti dharma leads, the goal of bhakti dharma leads to a most intimate association with Krishna in the mood of amorous love. For this reason, it is hidden and kept secret and confidential. The Mahajans and sages who wrote the Puranas and Upanishads kept Bhakti secret, Bhagavad Dharma, secret, and concealed it from people in general, because people mostly follow Dharma to fulfill material desires. The second reason is that it's durbodham. Like buddhi means intelligence or understanding, and dur means difficult or far. It's difficult to understand Bhagavad Dharma. That's the second reason. One reason is it's confidential, it's secret, it's actually the heart of Krishna. So they don't want to reveal the heart of Bhagavan to everyone, because no one cares about the heart of Bhagavan. They care about their own heart and their own desires and their own happiness, not Bhagavan. So sages hide it. It's hidden. It's guyam and it's durbodham. Durbodham means difficult to understand. Bhakti is the dharma of the heart. The third reason is people don't take the bhakti because they have no attraction for it. It seems too simple. People are accustomed, in India especially, throughout the ages, they're accustomed to elaborate yagyas and sacrifices. Ashrameya yagyas, gomeya yagyas, big pujas, big show, big pujas. Elaborate undertaking or severe austerities. Say rishis lying on beds of nails and sticker bushes and thorns and stuff. So they think that you can't get much spiritual result from just pushing some beads around your fingers. Worry beads around your fingers and mumbling some words and sleeping. How can this do anything? Well, I don't know. Every day I look out my window at 3 o'clock, my neighbor's light comes on, and he started mumbling all these words. I said, what are they mumbling? Anyway, I can't sleep. I grumble and get up later and start mumbling. I join in later. That's the advance party. Right, advance party. But anyway, it's too simple. You can't get prema, you can't get liberation that way. But unfortunately, it's not that is true. So let's see, what else we have? It's too bad these guys miss out, huh? That's okay. More Mahaprasad for us. And all these guys came and we let Mahaprasad. Okay, what's this part of you? You can come up here, sit, lay on the wall, and relax, man. It's all right. Welcome. Just relax, lean against the wall. You're home, man. So now we're discussing from Bhakti Sandarbha by Jiva Goswami. We're on shade 111. He's discussing the subject, how, he quotes a famous verse from David's Stuti. David's Stuti is chapter 2 of the 10th canto. When Krishna was in the womb of Yashoda or Devaki, however you want to see the Leela of Krishna. In the womb, Devaki Nandan, Krishna in Mathura was in Devaki's womb. Yashoda Nandan was in Yashoda's womb in Gokul, and Madhava in Gokul. So at that time, the Devatas, knowing that Bhagavan had appeared in the material world, in the material mandala, they came to offer prayers to the womb, to the baby in the womb. And they're called Deva Stuti, famous prayers, very beautiful prayers. So in this prayer, Jiva Goswami describes that the Devatas are praying how even great sages fall down from the liberated platform. Do you know this verse? 10:2:32. Yen ye.
Enyaravindaksh vimuktamaninas tvaya sabhava vishuddha buddhayo. Aruhya Krishnena param padam tatam
Patant,
patantyato
Nadrita.
anadrita ushmadangraya.
Okay, good. Yanye Ravindakshi Muktamaninas Trayasa Bhavad Avishuddha Buddhaya Aruya Kritchena Param Padam Tata Patant Yado Nadrita Yushmat Angra Graya. Translation. Devatas are praying, although Krishna's in the womb, can't be seen, but they're saying, Aravindaksha. Aksha means eye, Aravinda means lotus flower. A lotus-eyed Bhagavan. They're sages and rishis who think they're liberated. Vimukta mani. Mani means thinking. Vimukti, they think they're completely liberated. Vimukti. But their buddhi, avashuddha Buddha. Their buddhi, their intelligence is not pure. They have impure intelligence, although they elevate themselves to an exalted position through great hardship. Aruya Kritchena. Aruya Kritchena means hard work. Sense control, tapasya, self-restraint, it's a very austere path. They fall down from that position because they don't have regard, they don't have adar for Krishna's lotus feet. So Jiva Goswami comments, he says they don't have any affection or any love for Bhagavan. So they fail, because it says in so many Puranas and other Shastras, unless one mixes some bhakti in their gyan, marg, or some bhakti in their yoga, they won't get success. Success for gyan or yoga means Brahma Sayuja Mukti, Brahman realization, merging in Brahman, or Mukti, what they call Mukti, moksha. It's not possible without a touch of bhakti. Some deity worship, some chanting of Vishnu mantras, some puja, etc. Well, their goal is not Vaikuntha, their goal is not a personal Godhead, but they have to have some personal worship of Vishnu or some avatar or Ram or Krishna in order to get success in their Advaitin Marg or Advaitin path. Sri Jiva Goswami comments on this verse 10:2-32. Vimuktamaninas. They think they're liberated, but they fall from that position. They quote the verse from the Bhagavad Gita 12:5.
Ekadikatastesham avyaktasakta chetasam
Avyaktai gatir
dukam dehavadhiravapyate.
It's very hard, because Arjuna says, it's, what about the path of liberation? Is it easy to follow? He said, no, it's very hard. Don't waste your time. So why do they fall down? Because they make offense, they don't accept that Bhagavan has a form, he doesn't have any lotus feet, any face. He's Arupam, what is it? Akshar Brahma. Akshar Brahma, no form, no qualities. Nirgun, no qualities. Nirupa, no form. We say has divine qualities and divine form. So the yogis and sages fall down because they're not getting any power from bhakti inside of them. If they did some bhakti, they wouldn't fall down. Okay, that's it for this week's session on Bhakti Sandarbha. So now